Welcome. So today we are going to do another yoga plus intensity training, high intensity training. So what you're going to want for today is 2 blocks if you have them. If not, that's okay. You can still join us. Um, a strap if you have it. If you don't have a strap, then you can just grab a towel. Towel works perfectly. And then also you'll want some weights, just light weights. So 3 pound, 5 pound. If you don't have weights, you can grab some water bottles filled up or cans of food, just whatever you have lying around. So let's get started here. So today I'd like you to really tune into the strength in your body. That's the strength physically and the strength that you have energetically. Now, you may not always feel very strong, but you can always feel that core energetic strength, that core connection that you have. So that's what I'd like for you to keep tuning back into. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Take some nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to join in one Om to open our practice. Nice deep breath in. And you can release your hands. Go ahead and grab your blocks. And we're going to start off on our back. Now, this is a really yummy chest opener, shoulder opener, and we're going to do several to start off with. Lots of chest opening, heart opening. Heart opening is a wonderful way to think of it. So you're going to take the first block, and it can either be on the low side or on the middle side, the medium side, and you're going to take it up in between your shoulder blades, basically. And then the other block, you can either rest it underneath your head on the high end or on the medium side if you'd like to get more opening here. So whatever feels comfortable to you. And then with your legs, you're going to either take them into Baddha Konasana, or if that's not comfortable for you, you can take them into just a cross-legged pose, or you can straighten them out into straight-legged or Shavasana. So whatever works for you. I'm going to take Baddha Konasana here. So this time at the beginning of the class is for you to really take a few moments to connect to yourself, to connect to your body, to connect to your breath. And you can feel the delicious opening that's happening here. You know, when we open our heart and our bodies, it reminds us to go through our days with an open heart. With that open heart with all that we do, with everyone we interact with ourselves, most importantly. So take a few more breaths here. And then this part's a little bit awkward sometimes. We're going to remove the blocks. So this one's pretty easy. Take the one out from underneath your head. Then you're going to come up on one elbow and you can take the other block out of the way. You're going to lie back down on your back here. And you're going to grab your strap or your towel, whichever one. And from here, you're going to take your left leg up and wrap the strap around the ball of your left foot. And then you're going to press up into the strap or towel. So let's leave a slight bend in your left leg for right now. And then you're going to straighten that right leg. So slight bend in the left leg, straighten the right leg. Your goal here really is to have that right leg, the back of the right leg, flush as possible to the floor. Now, you know, your buttocks are going to get in the way, which is natural, but you do want to push that leg into the floor as much as possible. You also want to make sure that you have a slight curve in your lower back. So you want to be able to just get a finger or two in that lower back area. Now from here, if you'd like to, you can begin to straighten that left leg. And again, push the leg up into the strap, and then you're pulling the strap back down again. You're going to pull your left hip down towards the outer left hip, down towards the bottom of your mat, and the outer right hip up towards the top of your mat or your face. This is Supta Padangusthasana. And from here, you're going to take the strap in your left hand and open the leg out to the left. So make sure that that right hip stays on the ground. If this is as far as you can go, if you need to keep that leg bent, that's perfect. That's perfect for you. So we're going out to the side here. And inhale, come back up. And now you're going to exhale and take the foot out to the right. So this is a nice twist for you. Twists are great for detoxing. You're actually wringing out your organs here. So do your best to keep your left shoulder on the ground. You can turn your head to the left and look to the left here. Still pushing that left foot into the strap. Inhale, come up. Bend that right leg. Release the left foot. And we're going to do the other side now. So, right foot into your strap or towel. Press the ball of that foot into your strap. And keep this right leg bent for now. And then you're going to straighten out that left leg. Get it as flush to the earth as possible. And begin to straighten out that right leg as much as possible. Right hip, outer hip, moves down towards the bottom of your mat. And left hip, outer hip, moves up. Make sure that you are breathing, breathing, breathing. And here again, we're going to open out that leg over to the right. You can keep a bend in the leg if you want or need to. So always making sure that you're not crunching into that right hip crease, right? So you want to make sure that that's a part of the pushing outward action of that right leg. Inhale, bring that leg back up, and then you're going to switch the grip and bring the leg out to the left. This means that the right hip is going to lift up off the ground. That's fine. And then you can look to the right. Again, if you need that right leg to be bent, that's great. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing the whole time. Inhale, bring your leg back up and you can release this strap. And here you're going to bring your legs into your chest. And just hold on to your legs a little bit here. And you can move your hips or your legs side to side so that you're giving your lower back a little bit of a massage here. You can roll forward and back a little bit. And then from here, you're going to roll onto one side. And if you'd like to take a few moments here, you certainly can. I love this position. It's so comfy. And then you're going to push up and you're going to come into a tabletop position is what we call this one. And from here, you're going to take your right arm out in front of you and then push the left heel back behind you. So this is a great pose for balance, and it's also a great pose for strength. So take a few more breaths here. And then from here, and I'm going to move to go this way so that you can see what I'm doing here. From here, you're going to, actually I did it the wrong way. We're going to go from here. So from here, you're going to place the right hand down. You're going to place the left foot down, roll onto the inner left foot. Place the right foot behind you. It's like you're kickstanding that foot back. And then you're going to open up. Left arm goes up to the sky. Press down through the right hand. This is supported Vashisthasana, side plank pose. And you're going to exhale, come back down into table position. And here we're going to do some cat-cows. So you're going to inhale and arch up. That's your cow. And then exhale into cat. And this is a great sequence for opening up the spine, for loosening things up, warming up here. And take any extra movements anytime that you want to. This is a part of getting to know your body and starting to play around with it a little bit, getting more familiar with it. The more familiar we are with our bodies, the more we are likely to try new things, right? And to fully inhabit our bodies. So I'm going to do this side this time, so that we can make sure you can see what I'm doing. So this time, left arm is going to go out in front of you, and then right heel presses back. This is bird dog. So you're really pulling in through the core and pressing out through all your extremities, through the left knee pushing into the floor, the right hand pushing into the floor, left arm reaching out in front of you, and right foot pressing back. And then from here again, you're going to place that left arm, that left hand down. You're going to place the right foot down on the inner right foot, and left foot goes back behind you. Open up. Right arm lifts up into Vashisthasana. One more inhale and exhale. Come back down into tabletop pose here. And now from here, you're actually going to face the front of your mat. You're going to come into Sukhasana. Now the way that you do this, you're going to put one leg in front of the other. And what I'd like for you to do is actually start to move your feet in more towards your knees, so that your knees are actually on top of your feet. Now, if your hips are super tight, then you can sit up on a blanket or a block to do this, or you can just bring your feet in towards your knees to a place that feels comfortable to you. You always want to play that edge, right, to where you're feeling a little bit of a stretch, but not too much, right? So this is your Sukhasana pose. So from here, you're going to place your left hand onto the ground. If you need to, you can grab a block for this one as well. I'll show you how to do that. But you're going to place your left hand down. You're going to lift that right arm up, and you're going to curve. You're going to crescent over to the left. So if you need a block for this one, you can do it like this. Now from here, you're going to lift back up, inhale, and then bring your right arm so that it hooks around your left hip or your left midsection here. And then again, you're going to lean to the left. You're going to notice that this really stretches your shoulder. So you may even want to back out of the pose first, lift that shoulder up and back, and then take this pose again. So like I said, lots of shoulder opening, lots of chest opening here. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And inhale, come up. And from here, you're going to change the cross of your legs. So remember, we're in Sukhasana, which means that your knees are on top of your ankles. Another trick that you can do here that makes this pose more accessible is to put your weight onto one of your buttocks so the other one's lifted. Then you're going to give yourself a manual inner spiral. So you're moving your lovely bits out of the way. So you're going to grab your inner thigh and press it down towards the mat. Outer thigh goes up towards your face, and then you set it down. So you can feel that difference, and then you can do the same thing on the other side. And I just love that because it widens your that triangle of your pelvis that you can sit down into. So now we're going to crescent over to the right side. So left arm goes up, block or no block. I'm going to lean over to the right. And I tend to be super bendy, so don't look at me as far as bendiness. So if this is as far as you can go, that is perfect. For people who tend to be very flexible, very bendy, it's very important to engage your muscles. and to build up your strength. For those of you who have a lot of strength, inhale, come back up. And then you're going to exhale, bring that left arm around. And again, make sure that that shoulder is up and back. Left hand around right hip. For this one, you might be more likely to need a block, so you can lean over. Yeah, so for those of you who tend to have more strength, then the flexibility sometimes doesn't come as easily. So that's what you're going to want to focus on. And inhale, come back up. Now we're going to do another arm shoulder opening, and that's called Gomukhasana arms. So I'm going to show you from the back here. So you can stay seated how you're seated right now, but you're going to lift up your right arm and you're going to take that hand behind you and kind of nestle your head into the right elbow there. And then you're going to take your left arm and you're going to bring it behind you, behind your back, and then you're going to bring it up. So let me do it like this. So then you're going to bring it up to where your bra strap would be if you're wearing a bra. And from there, you're going to kind of shimmy that hand up, making sure to keep that left shoulder up and back, which may seem easy to do, but it may not be so easy. And then you're going to take your hands one in the other. Now, a strap is great here, or towel, whatever you want. So you can take the strap in your right hand. Again, same thing here. And then with your left hand, you're going to grab that strap. Breathe. And with this pose, you're going to want to make sure that you pull your lower ribs in, because we tend to kind of flare our ribs out in this pose. So you can inhale, release, and then we're going to do the other side. So left arm comes up and left hand comes down in between your shoulder blades. Push the head into the elbow. And then right arm comes back and you're going to shimmy it up the back. Use your strap if you want to. Make sure that right shoulder is up and back. And you're going to find most probably that one side is a lot easier than the other. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. So inhale, unwind your arms here. And now we're going to do another arm, another back opening. You can again change the cross of your legs. And for this one, we're going to do eagle arms. And I love this one because it gets into some muscles in your back that I find don't really get stretched with anything else. So you're going to take your arms out to your sides, and then you're going to bring them together. You're going to take left underneath right, so your left elbow comes underneath your right elbow, and then you're going to twist them together. Okay? Now from here, the real stretch comes in when you lift the arms up. Oh, yeah. So you can probably feel the stretch around your scapulas, even the backs of your shoulders. And from here, if you'd like to, you can actually lean forward. This is going to stretch even more. It's going to reach different muscles for you. And really even breathe into your back, into your upper back here. And inhale, come up. And we're going to do the other side, arms out to the side. And you're going to bring right under left. bring those hands together. If you're not able to hook the hands together, you can just do it like this. That's fine too. So you're going to lift the arms up. Breathe into your back. You can use your Ujjayi breath here to remember to breathe and come forward on an exhale. Inhale, come back up. And now we're going to bring our hands out in front of us again. And here we're going to do a pose called Thread the Needle, which is another delicious upper back opener. So from here, you're going to raise your right arm up into the air, and then you're going to thread it underneath your left arm. Now from here you have a couple of options. What we're going to do today is we're going to take that left arm and bring it behind you and hook it around the hip like you did on the other side. Your right your right head, the right side of your head is down on the ground. I can't do that right now because of my hair thing. But you're pressing that down into the ground, into the earth. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your right shoulder, then you might want to keep that left hand on the floor just to give you a little bit of support. I like to stay up on my fingertips, but that's up to you. And you're going to inhale, unwind, come back to tabletop. You can take a few cat-cows here if you'd like to. And from here, you're going to lift left arm up into the air and thread it through. And again, you can take the right arm behind you. Take that half bind. Side of the left side of your head presses into the earth. And inhale, unravel here. Okay, great. So, gonna get you to press back into child's pose here. You can rest your forehead on the mat, on the earth. You can have your palms down, or you can rotate them so that they face the sky. I like to have them facing up a lot of the times because I can feel that stretch in my upper back. And from here you're going to place your hands and we're going to come into a modified chaturanga. So for those of you who are familiar with chaturanga, you can certainly take the full chaturanga, but what we're going to do is just go through a few modified chaturangas. So a full chaturanga looks like this. You start in plank pose, knees up, core engaged, so you're not pushing your butt up and you're not sagging down, right? So you're in a plank. So your butt does lift up just a little bit, but that's just because your core is engaged. And from here, you come forward a little bit on your toes, bend the elbows, keep them close to the body, and lower all the way down. So that is a full chaturanga. Now, what we're going to do, when I first started doing yoga and working out and things like that, I couldn't do a full push-up. So that's basically a push-up that you just did. So from here, you can come back up into tabletop. And you're going to move forward just a little bit, cross your legs, your ankles, and then you're going to come down like this. So this is a modified chaturanga. So anytime that we do a vinyasa or a sun salutation, that is an option for you. So I will probably go back and forth between doing a modified chaturanga and a regular chaturanga. So sun salutations are a way to warm up the body. They're a way to produce heat. And they're very often done in yoga sequences. So we're going to go through a couple of those. We'll start out with some half sun salutations. And before we even do that, let's push back into down dog. Now, down dog is a very often used transitional pose. It's also used as a resting pose. So with down dog, you want to make sure, first of all, that you are pressing really strongly through your fingertips into the mat. Then you're going to rotate your elbows so that they are facing up towards the ceiling. And you can keep your knees bent here. That's probably best for right now. And you're pushing back, right? So you're opening. We just did a lot of heart opening. We did a lot of opening the shoulders. So you actually want to be softening through the back of your heart. Then you can slowly begin to straighten those legs. If you can get the heels down to the earth, that's great. If not, that's okay too. But you really want to also be kind of sticking your butt out. So you're really pushing your sits bones up towards the ceiling. So this gives you a proper alignment in down dog. And then from here, you're going to look in between your hands and step forward. So now we're coming into Uttanasana. If you need to bend your knees, then do so. And if you need to put your hands on your shins, that's fine too. So Uttanasana, then you're going to inhale up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Maybe close your eyes for a couple of seconds here. And inhale, arms overhead. Exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, place your hands, and you're going to step back into a plank. Lower your knees down and come down into your modified chaturanga. Then you're going to press up into a low cobra. So you're going to straighten your legs back out, and you're going to press up into that low cobra. So from here, you want to make sure that you're really pulling your upper torso out of your pelvis. So length is more important than height. So if this is where you are and this is your length, that's perfect. If this is where you are and that's your length, that's perfect too. You just don't want to be crunching into your lower back. From here, you're going to come onto your toes, press back into down dog, and breathe. Look up in between your hands, step forward, inhale up halfway, exhale all the way down, inhale all the way up, arms overhead, exhale, hands to your heart, inhale, arms overhead, exhale all the way down, inhale up halfway, and exhale, take your left leg back into a lunge. You can take a low lunge if you'd like to as well. Arms up overhead. Let's take a couple seconds here. So typically in sun salutations, you keep flowing with it. But because this is our first lunge in this practice, let's take a couple seconds here to just be in the pose, to feel your body in the pose, to feel the strength of the pose. And exhale, place the hands. Step back into full chaturanga or modified chaturanga, whatever works for you. Inhale up into cobra, up dog if that's in your practice, and exhale back, down dog. Look forward in between your hands. Step your feet forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back. And again, you have the option to keep that knee up or to place it down onto the earth. Lift up. Toes can be curled or straight. And again, let's take a few moments here to really feel into this pose. I can feel how this is stretching my psoas, which is so nice. So nice to stretch the psoas. Keep breathing. Place the hands down and come back into your plank or modified plank. Lower down chaturanga or modified chaturanga. Inhale up, cobra. And exhale back, down dog. Beautiful. So go ahead and step your feet up. And we're going to move into our interval training now. So you're going to grab your weights, whatever they may be. And to start off with, we're going to do some lower body work to begin with. Okay, so we're nice and warmed up now. We're all stretched out and feeling good and connected with our bodies. So from here, you're going to take a little bend in your knees. And then you're simply going to go to one side. And then you're going to squat down. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20. All right, so the next one is deadlift to heel raise. So you can't really see my heels right now, but what you're going to do is, again, take a slight bend in your legs. You're going to go all the way down, come up, and then come up on your toes. So that's 1. We're going to do 20 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Engage your core as you're doing all of these. 8, 9. Squeeze your butt as you come up as well. 10. that's 20. So for this next one, you can either choose to keep the weights in your hands, or you can lose the weights. It's up to you. It's going to be a stationary lunge. So right leg's going to come in front, left leg is in back, and you're simply coming up. So that's 1, 2, we're going to do 15 on each side, 4, and that's 15. Other side, left leg forward, right leg back. Go ahead and place yourself first, and and that's 15. All right, so next one is going to be side lunge deadlift, and this is going to be alternating. So you're going to notice that my breathing as we're doing the high intensity stuff is different from when we're doing the yoga, which is as it should be. So as much as you can, try to follow along with me as I'm doing the breathing. All right, so side lunge, deadlift up. That's 1. I'm going to do 20 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and that's 20. Okay, so we're going to move to upper body now. So we're going to start off with a curl to a lateral raise. So you're going to have your feet about hips width apart, and you're going to do a curl. So let's do it this way actually. So palms facing up, curl, and then lateral raise. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of these. That's 2. 3, 4, engage your core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. All right, so remember, if you can't keep up with me, try losing the weights, and even then just keep going along. All right, so this is going to be a diagonal punch, so even a little bit more of a bend in the knees. You're going to bring your weights up to your shoulders. You're going to twist and punch. So we're going to do 20 of these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 20. Great. So now I'm going to get down on the floor. We're going to do some rows. All right, so you can actually keep your hands on your weights, and then we're going to do rows just like this. So get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And that's 20. Other side here. 1. And that's 20. All right, so roll onto your back. I'm going to do 20 chest presses. If you have a bench, a weight bench, then that's awesome. But we're just going to use the floor. Let me find where my mic is. Okay, here we go. And ready. 20 of these. 1, 2, 3. All right, so weights can go away. Yay! Hallelujah! And now we're going to do some abs work. So I'm going to have to move this guy over. We're going to start out with scissors. So you're going to lie all the way back. You're going to lift your shoulders up off the ground. You're going to straighten your legs out in front of you. We're going to go like this. So you're going to do 20 of these. And that's 20. Next is knees in and out. So we're going to modify this one for you. You can come up onto your elbows here. You're going to straighten your legs out in front of you into a slight V. And you're going to pull them in. Okay, if you want to do the full version, you can. But since we're just starting out here, we're going to do it this way. 20 of these. And that's 20. So from here, you're going to come back onto your back again. And we're going to do holds. So you're going to do a knee hold. You're going to do it for 20 seconds. So grab onto that right knee. If you want more of a challenge, you can lift the left knee or the left leg up off the ground. And then you are going to pull your shoulders up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So our last high intensity exercise is going to be plank elbow lifts. So you're going to come down onto your elbows, and then you're going to lift up. So actually, let's start off from the ground. You're on your elbows, and then you're going to come up. So this is a really good one for your core, for your lower back. Make sure you're not crunching your lower back. We're going to do 20 of these. Whew, I need to take a little break there. Got 4 more to go. So keep on, even if it's just a teeny, teeny little moment, just movement, just keep on with me. And that's it. And you can press back into down dog here. Whew. And you can probably hear your heart beating right now or feel it beating right now. So from here, we are going to actually push back into down dog. Did a lot of good abs work today, so I want to make sure that we get a little mini back bend in there. Stretch out those front muscles. So remember, you're going to start to breathe through your nose again as much as possible. So from here, you can pull forward into plank, lower down, knees if you'd like to. Come all the way down to the earth. You're going to lengthen your legs out. And then you're going to push back. So just feel this action here. You're going to actually take your hands and pull them back towards your feet. What this does is it involves your muscles in your upper back so that your scapulas are pulling in towards each other, so that your wings are pulling in towards each other. And it means that you're pulling out of your pelvis. So this is a nice back bend here, stretching out the tummy muscles. And from here, you're going to press back and come into a seated position. And then you're going to lie down onto your back. Gonna move this thing out of the way again. So from here, we did kind of a threading the needle with our arms before. Now we're going to do it with our legs. So you're going to have both of your legs bent, and then you're going to take your left leg and place your ankle onto your right thigh, close to the to your knee. That's what that's called, right? And then from there, you're going to lift the right leg up. Try to keep the left knee moving towards the bottom of your mat. That way. And then if you'd like to, you can hook your hands around the back of the right thigh and pull that leg in towards you. Now, this is going to give that left hip a nice stretch. Maybe stretch the left buttocks. And again, as much as you can, have that left knee moving out. So if you want to take your left hand and press your left inner thigh out, back, you can do that. Nice deep breaths here. And release the legs. You're going to, actually, while we're here, let's do this. You're going to place that right foot down, move your hips over to the right, and then you're going to take, move your hips over to the left, and then you're going to take a twist here. So you're going to twist both legs to the right. Take your arms out to the side, look over the left shoulder. Close your eyes. And inhale, you're going to unwind yourself. And now Now we're going to do the other side. So right ankle crosses over left leg. And both hands behind the left thigh. And again, if you want to give yourself that manual adjustment here or just help to open up that hip, you can press with the right hand, press that inner right thigh. Keep breathing. And from here, you're going to place the left foot down, take the hips over to the right, and twist both legs to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, release the twist. Come onto your back fully, and then you're going to hug your legs into your chest. Feel your body thanking you for taking the time to do this practice today. Stretch your legs out one at a time into Shavasana so that your heels are a little bit wider than your mat, and your arms are out in an A shape to your sides. Allow your feet to flop open to the side, hands or palms up facing the sky. Close your eyes. And take a 5-minute Shavasana here. Maybe 10 minutes. You can just pause the video here. And if you're tempted to skip the Shavasana, I really highly recommend taking at least a minute to just sit, right? So yoga is a moving meditation in and of itself. But it also, part of the reason that it was developed was in order to get ourselves to the place that meditating is easier, because it does quiet the mind. You're going to find that your mind is quieter after you finish your yoga practice or towards the end of it. So I encourage you to take this practice throughout the rest of your day today and throughout your life, and to really appreciate yourself and your body for the strength that it has, the strength that you have. And it's not a hard strength, it's a soft strength. It's a knowing, it's an understanding, and it's beautiful. So thank you for joining me. Namaste.